James Ransone, whose full name is James Finley Ransone III, born on June 2, 1979, in Baltimore, Maryland, built a career defined by emotional precision, raw authenticity, and an uncommon willingness to inhabit complicated, often troubled characters. Over more than 2 decades on screen and stage, he became a familiar presence in prestige television, independent cinema, and mainstream films alike. Audiences recognized him most vividly for his work as Ziggy Sobotka in The Wire, Corporal Josh Ray Person in Generation Kill, the uneasy lawman in the Sinister films, the grown-up Eddie Kaspbrak in It Chapter 2, and Max in The Black Phone. He died on December 19, 2025, at the age of 46, leaving behind a body of work marked by intensity, vulnerability, and lasting cultural impact. At the time of his death, James Ransone's estimated net worth was approximately $1.5 million, accumulated through steady work in film, television, and theater, as well as long-running roles in critically acclaimed projects. Ransone grew up in Baltimore in a household shaped by both discipline and creativity. His father, James Finley Ransone II, was a Vietnam War veteran, while his mother, Joyce Peterson Ransone, supported her son's early interest in the arts. From a young age, Ransone gravitated toward performance, finding in acting a means of expression that allowed him to process emotion and observe the world with unusual sensitivity. His formal education reflected that inclination. He attended the George Washington Carver Center for Arts and Technology in Towson, Maryland, a magnet school known for nurturing artistic talent. After graduating, he briefly continued his studies at the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, where exposure to experimental film and theater further shaped his approach, even though he ultimately left after 1 year to pursue professional work. Ransone's early career unfolded in independent cinema, where his unvarnished style quickly set him apart. One of his first notable appearances came in 2002 with Larry Clark's controversial drama Ken Park, in which he played Tate. The role announced him as an actor unafraid of discomfort or moral ambiguity. Around the same time, he appeared in smaller film projects that helped him refine his craft, often portraying outsiders or emotionally volatile figures whose humanity lingered beyond the frame. His breakthrough arrived in 2003 when he was cast as Ziggy Sobotka in the 2nd season of HBO's The Wire. Ziggy was impulsive, insecure, and tragically misguided, and Ransone's performance captured those contradictions with painful clarity. The character's arc became one of the most talked-about elements of the series' exploration of Baltimore's working-class struggles, and Ransone's portrayal earned lasting recognition. Although his time on the show was limited to 1 season, it firmly established him as a serious dramatic actor capable of elevating ensemble storytelling. Following The Wire, Ransone continued to balance film and television, often choosing roles that leaned into realism rather than glamour. He appeared in Spike Lee's Inside Man in 2006 as a bank robber, a small but memorable role in a high-profile production. In 2008, he took on one of his most demanding television roles as Corporal Josh Ray Person in the HBO miniseries Generation Kill. Based on the experiences of U.S. Marines during the Iraq War, the series required psychological nuance and restraint. Ransone's portrayal of Ray Person, sarcastic, observant, and increasingly disillusioned, was praised for its authenticity and emotional depth, further solidifying his reputation in prestige television. The 2010s marked a period of consistent, varied work. Ransone appeared in HBO's How to Make It in America and later in Treem, immersing himself in worlds defined by cultural specificity and strong ensemble casts. In film, he took on roles that span genres, from the intimate indie drama Starlet to crime thrillers and character-driven features. His performance in Starlet contributed to the film's ensemble recognition and highlighted his ability to bring quiet empathy to understated narratives. In 2012, Ransone entered the horror genre with Sinister, playing the character informally known as Deputy So-and-so. Initially a supporting role, his performance resonated with audiences, leading to an expanded, central presence in Sinister 2 in 2015. Unlike many genre characters, his deputy was marked by weariness and moral uncertainty, qualities Ransone portrayed with grounded realism that contrasted sharply with the supernatural elements of the films. That same period saw him branching into theater. In 2014, he appeared off-Broadway in Small Engine Repair, delivering a performance that showcased his roots as a character actor capable of commanding a live audience. His stage work reinforced his commitment to craft and his preference for challenging material over conventional stardom. Ransone's filmography continued to diversify. He appeared in Tangerine in 2015, contributing to a film celebrated for its energy and authenticity, and later joined the cast of Bosch, where he portrayed Eddie Arsenault in a recurring role. Each performance added texture to his career, reflecting an actor who consistently sought truth in flawed, often struggling individuals. In 2019, Ransone reached a new generation of viewers with his role as the adult Eddie Kaspbrak in It Chapter 2. Sharing the character with younger actor Jack Dylan Grazer, Ransone captured Eddie's lingering anxiety and fragile courage, bridging childhood trauma and adult vulnerability. The role demonstrated his ability to work within a major studio production while preserving the emotional specificity that defined his earlier work. In the final years of his career, Ransone remained active across film and television. He delivered a chilling performance as Max in The Black Phone in 2021, further cementing his place within modern horror cinema. He also revisited the character in a brief cameo for Black Phone 2 in 2025. Television appearances during this period included roles in anthology series and dramas, where his presence continued to lend credibility and intensity to ensemble casts. Beyond his professional life, Ransone was candid about personal struggles. In his 20s, he faced substance addiction and significant financial debt, experiences that profoundly shaped his perspective and later work. He eventually achieved sobriety, a turning point he acknowledged as critical to both his survival and his career longevity. His openness about recovery resonated with many who admired his honesty and resilience. Ransone also spoke publicly about past trauma, sharing difficult experiences from his youth in an effort to confront them openly. His willingness to discuss such matters reflected a broader commitment to truthfulness, even when it came at personal cost. While these revelations were deeply personal, they underscored the emotional authenticity that characterized his performances. In his private life, James Ransone was married and was the father of 2 children. He maintained a relatively low public profile when it came to family matters, choosing to keep his spouse and children largely out of the spotlight. Those close to him described him as devoted to his family, balancing the demands of a working actor's life with a desire for stability and presence at home. James Ransone's death in December 2025 marked the loss of an actor whose career was defined not by celebrity excess, but by disciplined craftsmanship and emotional honesty. His performances continue to resonate because they were rooted in empathy and lived experience. Across gritty television dramas, intimate independent films, mainstream horror, and the theater stage, he left behind a legacy of work that remains compelling, challenging, and deeply human.